Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is the new Luna Moth applique pattern. Here's how to make it. All right, this is the video showing you how to put together the Luna Moth if you do not use a light box. So I've got all of my pieces here. They're all prepared. So I have fused my pattern pieces to the wrong side of the fabric. I use Heat and Bond Light, and then I cut all the pieces out on the solid lines. These dotted lines are placement guides that show you where other pieces are going to overlap this piece. So since we don't have a light box, we're going to want to transfer those lines to the fabric side. And I've done that. I've just used a piece of white chalk. I can see it here. Hopefully it's showing up well enough on the video. But I'm going to be using fairly light colored pieces, and so I really wanted a light colored line there. So I've got all of my pieces prepped and ready to go. And let me show you the placement guide. Here's the placement guide, just so that you can kind of see what we're going toward, especially if you're not familiar with the Luna Moth. So this has got all of the pieces. All of the pieces are numbered to show you which is which. And this is just going to give you a little bit of an overview so you know what pieces go where. So I'm going to just put that out of the way. And now we're going to start putting it together. So we're going to start with these long bottom wings that are so pretty on the Luna Moth. Just peel off the paper backing and set them where we roughly want them to go. And we're going to be doing a little bit of fidgeting around with pieces. So these bottom wings go pretty close together. I'm just going to show you again. So they are almost touching underneath the body of the moth. So let's go ahead and put that body there now. It'll give us a little bit of a guideline. So we're going to set the body piece so that it covers up. We've got a line here, and we want to cover up those lines. That is where the bottom half of the body covers. Now let's put the upper wings in, and then we can move this up or down on the block before we get the smaller pieces in. So we've got one wing sits over this wing. There's a line here that we're covering, and it tucks under the body. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second. We're going to set this over this, and then it's going to tuck under the body there. And now we'll do the same thing with the other side. And again, I'm going to move this out of the way for just for a second. We're going to put this over that line, and we really kind of want these lines to line up where they, roughly, where they cover the body, or where the body covers them. All right, so that is looking really nice as far as the position of everything relative to each other, but they are too far down on this block. So we're going to kind of drag the whole shebang up a little bit. And I think that's going to be better. So now let's kind of get everything back where we want it. These guys should be almost touching. These guys cover and cover. And then this guy covers all of those. And I'm much happier with where that is sitting now on the block. So now we have a couple of pointy little antenna, feathery antenna. So moths have usually kind of fat, feathery antenna, but they don't always. They can have just regular line antennas. What they almost never have is a line with a club at the end of it. That is usually a butterfly. But I designed this pattern and all of the moth patterns that I'm doing so that we can mix and match them together and make other moths and butterflies. So one fun thing that you could do, and I'm going to do this in another one that I'll show you at the end of this video, you could pull these bits out and turn them into clubs at the end of longer antenna. But for the moth, we're going to do it properly and tuck them behind the body. And now we've got dots. 7 and 8 are the dots that go up on the top, and 3 and 4 are the dots that go down here. So let's start with 7 and 8. They are slightly smaller dots. here's one. And the moth is perfectly symmetrical, so it really doesn't matter which one you use where. And then 3 and 4 are the slightly larger dots that go on the lower wings. We're going to put them right where we marked. I'm not sure if you can see it again, but there's a little white chalk circle right there that I'm going to cover up with this applique piece. All right, and that looks good. So I'm going to take this over to my ironing board and fuse all the pieces in place. Then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and I will show you the finished Luna Moth that I made in pretty realistic Luna Moth colors. I'll also show you a butterfly that I made with the exact same pattern pieces but totally different colors, and I'm going to show you one that I made that combines Luna Moth pieces with the pieces from the Elephant Hawk Moth pattern. So I've designed all of the moths. I'm going to be doing a total of 10 moths. And I've designed all of them to be pretty realistic, but mix and matchable with all of the other moths so that you can create your own moths and butterflies. And I'm going to do the same thing with a collection of 10 butterflies. So there are going to be lots and lots and lots of moths and butterflies for you guys to play with. But right now, this is the Luna Moth. All right, here is my finished Luna Moth. This one is made in fairly realistic colors, but I also wanted to show you one that I made in not Luna Moth colors. So here I turned the Luna Moth pattern into a butterfly. So moths are mostly muted colors, not exclusively, and butterflies tend to be more bright colors, but the real difference here is that I took the feathery antenna and I made them into the clubs at the end of the butterfly antenna. Butterfly antenna tend to have a slender shaft and then a club at the end. And so all I did was pull those pieces out and add them to the antenna. But I wanted to show you one other block that I made. So this one is exactly the same as the Luna Moth except for pulling out those antennae, but this is a little different. So for this, I took some pieces from the Luna Moth pattern and some pieces from the Elephant Hawk Moth pattern, and I combined them together into a new, totally different fantasy moth. And I'm designing all of these moth patterns and a set of butterfly patterns that I'll be working on to be realistic versions of one specific species of moth or butterfly. Then you can also change the colors to make them whatever you want, but also I'm designing them so that all of the pieces are mix and matchable so that you can create completely new butterflies and moths. So this is one that is made a Franken moth, that is the wings from the Luna Moth and a body and some of the stripes from the Elephant Hawk Moth. So this is the new Luna Moth pattern. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and I will see you next time.